Hey everybody, it's Angela back with another process video, and you may think that this layout is going to be of my granddaughter, but you'd be wrong. This one is going to be of my new grandson. Yay! So this is little Mason and his proud papa, and I just want to do a layered layout, something, you know, without flowers and stuff like that, because this is more masculine. And so I have this picture of him. He was getting the baby ready to take him home. And the little onesie that the baby's wearing has little foxes all over it. It has little fox faces on the footy part of the outfit. So I want to make sure to include a few foxes in this layout because I have them and this is the perfect time to use them. So I was really glad to see that motif kind of pop up somewhere. And so I've gone through, I got my Cocoa Daisy kit, and then I got some of their Cyber Monday We're Moving really deep discounted stuff, and so I have that, and also just other stuff from my stash that I pulled out. I wanted to layer, and I figured I'd just layer on some Project Life type cards since I have a lot of them, and I didn't want to pull out any more patterned paper, so I just found things that had wording that I liked and had colors. I want to make sure that orange from the outfit gets in there. And then, you know, blue being the complementary color of orange, I thought would go well and be masculine. And then I put pops of yellow and some other colors in there. So now I'm just kind of moving around those Project Life cards, figuring out how I want to position everything. And I really like the arrow card. And I like the one that says, and this happened. So I will go ahead and just stick that so it kind of comes out the side there. And then I want the arrow pointing to the boys. And it was kind of, the card was a little bit too big, sticking out too far. So I decided to just cut around this arrow part so I can overlap that over the photo. And then it'll make the card not stick out quite so far. I'll be able to kind of push it under the photo a little more. So I just go ahead and get that cut, and there I can, you know, kind of jam the card underneath a little farther, and it kind of incorporates it into the photo a little more. So after I do that, I'm kind of liking these layers, so I go ahead and stick that down. And there's a little piece of white showing when I cut it that I wanted to try to get rid of. There we go. And so I go ahead and commit to that. And I stick the photo onto that family special card so that the photo kind of nests into the border on that card. You'll see here when I turn it back over. There you can still see kind of the left-hand border of that family special card. And now I pull out these two fox stamps that I have. The one on the top with the present is one that I got out of the Michael's Dollar Bin last year. And then the one without the little gift sitting in front of it is one I got out of the Michael's Bin this year. And so I really wanted to just stamp those in the background somewhere. And use an ink that wasn't too in your face and that would meld well with the colors I already have going. So I'm looking for some oranges and some blues, and I'm just testing that. That one was too almost yellow ochre, but then when I went ahead and stamped it, it looked pretty good, and it actually dried a little bit lighter. So then I go ahead and I test this turquoise, and it was a great shade. It matched that card on the bottom, but it was just too prominent. I wanted something a little more subtle, so I go with this Prima chalk ink instead. And I just go ahead and put him up there on that little, on top of that orange card. And since the baby's, you know, kind of a gift, I figured the gift worked well, or that the baby's born in December, you kind of have the Christmas thing going on. So I didn't mind that there was a present sitting in front of the little fox. So I go ahead and stamp those two on there. And then I also look through my Scraptastic and Cocoa Daisy kits and look for some stuff that just came in those kits, see if I can't get them used. I think about layering an arrow on top of that arrow, but it just didn't look right. So I put that round piece over there on that corner, and I'm kind of thinking, you know, I want to use that wood veneer fox too, but it just didn't quite fit. So I'm looking at some of these clear acetate pieces, and finally, look at that. I put that little mustache, clear acetate piece with the mustache, and I have never used a mustache before. So I think I'm going to have to like gather them up out of my stash and get rid of them or something, but I go ahead and put that over on the left-hand side. And I also pull out some Flair. Those are both Flair from either the Cocoa Daisy or Scraptastic kits. Go ahead and get those on. And I also have a little wood veneer piece from the Scraptastic kit down there on the bottom right. And so I'm just looking to find the best place to make these clusters. And I kind of like having the cluster over there on the upper left, and then one down on the bottom right. And then I also pull out some puffy stickers that I've gotten in various kits. And there was this Ellie's Studio free gift I got in a package that I thought I'd use the home card, but I didn't. I also look through this Dear Lizzie one because it has foxes in it, but you know, I just couldn't get that to work. So I go ahead and commit to this cluster up here, and yay, that little mustache, finally. I get one on a layout. And now I'm just going to get some of my glossy accents to glue down these Flair, because my Zots, the few that I had left, are kind of dried up. So I go ahead with glossy accents. I hope it holds, because one of them has kind of a, I guess these two both have metal backs on them. So I'm hoping that that will hold. Otherwise I'll have to go back and put maybe some E6000 or something on there. So I'm thinking about doing a third little cluster right below that orange card. And so you can see I'm just trying a few things there in that area. See if I can't get them to work. And then I look through my stash of these just little sticker cards, and I find another one that has some foxes on it. So I put that there to kind of start that cluster. And then I put the puffy sticker Snapshot of Us. I use my tiny attacher to hold down that clear acetate piece, and I also put some down on that wood veneer. And then I think that I finished the layout. I stamped Let's Go because they're getting ready to leave the hospital on there. And I think later, after I've turned the camera off, I do add a little fox puffy sticker right there over that Snapshot of Us puffy sticker. So it was a pretty quick layout, you know, just some layering and some fun motifs and just kind of capturing that special little memory. And this will be something that goes into the kids' Christmas scrapbooks and into Mason's baby book. So let me hold this up here for a few close-ups. So there's the cluster with the mustache, the one little fox, some more foxes. There's the little fox outfit with little running foxes, and then it's got a little fox face on its little feet. It's so cute. And then the card and the bottom cluster. And so that is my layout. I had a lot of fun making it. I can't wait to do more little boy scrapbook layouts. So with both a granddaughter and a grandson, you know, I'll be able to play with all kinds of different embellishments. So if you have any questions or anything, just leave me a comment below, and thanks for watching. Bye.